want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to ask you to smash the like button. Definitely subscribe to the video. Help me get a like spike going. Trying to get to 1,000 likes a video. Jumping right into the market. Today in crypto, Green Day. Overall market cap of cryptocurrencies all the way up to $183 billion. The rebound. It's all about the bounce back, baby. Bitcoin at 65.48. This is Bitcoin weekly chart. I'm going to talk to you a lot about Bitcoin, different ideas. You definitely want to watch the video to the end so that you don't miss some important information on a pretty amazing pump and dump that we've seen recently. This is a Bitcoin weekly chart. Okay, so we've got this important level that needs to hold, and so far looks good. 56.34 is the 200 weekly simple moving average. Okay, the bulls need to make sure that the weekly candle closes above this. This happens on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. The price action has never closed below this. It did happen, but now for it to basically move right back higher than the simple moving average and close above it would be epic for Bitcoin. Very bullish scenario. Now, this is a 12-hour chart. A lot going on here. Remember this falling wedge that we've had, the mini multi-month falling wedge that Bitcoin's been in? We broke out of and we ran up to 10,500. Everybody's ecstatic, and then it fell off a cliff and rolled back down into the falling wedge. Here we are again. We bounced off the bottom trend line, and now we're back at the top. Now, there's a lot of overhead resistance here. We do have the Bitcoin halving coming up. It's been pushed back a day to May the 13th. Now, you see down here, your MACD cross, your bullish buy signal was given 4 days ago. Imagine if you would have listened to the bullish MACD cross from 4 days ago, where you'd be at with Bitcoin right now. Also, you got this falling wedge down here on the RSI, broke to the upside. So there's obviously bullish signs have been playing out over the past few days. Some type of pullback would be completely reasonable to imagine and think. Really, the play is here is to, just like previously, buy the breakout of this falling wedge if it happens. If it happens. The breakout target, $10,000. Okay. Obviously, a lot has to happen before then. I'm going to keep you up to date daily. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, working together, posting charts. I got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading this market at all, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Probably a lot of people have some time right now on their hands, potentially. It's a great time to learn to trade this market. Number one reason people join the group is they want to be in the best coins possible. I post profitable trading setups on a daily basis, and we've been just killing it lately. It's so much more fun when this market's moving higher. Wow. Data. 266% gains out of data. Again, this setup was posted on the 14th, 6 days ago. Huge pump for data. If you want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You pay for 6 months, you get 20% off. You pay for the year, you get 30% off and an additional month for free. If you do want to pay with a card month to month, you can do so. There's a Patreon link in the description. You guys got to remember, the group is cheap. It's not designed to be expensive. It pays for itself in a couple trades. This is Dash. I talked to you guys about this the other day. Dash up 65% after it broke out of this falling wedge. This is IOST. I posted IOST this morning. Like 30 minutes later, boom, 26% gains in IOST. Bitcoin Cash has been another one. It's probably up more than 30% now. So the cool part about the trading group is everybody's working together. This person said, hey, shout out to Big Easy for this trade. I doubled my money in this trade setup that you posted. Another person posted an ADA chart, and Dylan said, ADA's made me $10,000 so far. Next person said, CBC, I'm up $29,000 this week because of you and your group. Amazing setups. Thank you for all you do. Whale alert. Whale alert. The whales were active today. 15 million USDT transferred from Tether Treasury on Ethereum blockchain. Here's Another 15 million. Here's all these big transfers unknown to Binance, Bitcoin to Binance, Bitcoin to Bitstamp, 5 million BUSD to Binance. So all these huge moves today. Transferred 700 Bitcoin, 1,000 Bitcoin, and then another $60 million worth of Tether was printed. Remember, we've been talking about these Tether prints, and Bitcoin's just been climbing higher and higher. So whales are buying big. Okay, back to Bitcoin. So this is a 4-hour Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin ran into some overhead resistance right here, and this essentially is a 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level, right? So, you could see it looks like it's actually pulled back and retested support, but there's not a lot of resistance in this area right here. So if it does break higher, you've got this parabolic price rise. We're going to talk more about parabolas in just a second. If it does break higher, the 618 fib level is not too far away. You've got a lot of resistance up here around 7,700. So that would be the next stop for Bitcoin. So right now, Bitcoin's cooling off. If it does pull back, and it looks like it pulled back to about 6,500, completely normal. It's in the cards. But when Bitcoin runs parabolic, it pumps hard at the end. So this idea is in play until this parabola is broken. Now, RSI is overbought, needs to cool off. MACD's bullish line broke above the zero line. So there's a lot of bullish ideas here, even though Bitcoin is clearly overbought, overextended. Remember, on these lower time frames, your RSI can get pegged above overbought for a period of time. So if that does happen, just keep this in mind. Now, this is the 1-hour chart. So you've got these rising wedges. Rising wedges, we talk about rising wedges all the time, right? You're like, Chris, rising wedges, break to the downside, 68% chance. Correct? Yes. However, rising wedge, broke higher, alert, alert, alert. Bells have to go off in your mind because, hey, something's different right here. This break higher. Now, even steeper rising wedge. If this thing breaks higher, parabolic price rise. Right, we'll see 7,700 if this happens. If it's an if-then statement. I'm not trying to predict the future. I'm trying to say, hey, if this happens, this is possible, right? So huge move potentially, parabolic price rise. Now, there's some bearish divergence. You can see you got your little pullback from your bearish divergence. Again, this is a short time frame, so bearish divergence is not going to be meaning maybe a couple $100 move. So now we're watching this lower trend line. All eyes on Bitcoin right now at about 64.50. If this breaks to the downside, potentially a move lower. Does it break to parabola as well? So this, again, you got all these major moving averages crossing the 200 bullish. This is a catalyst that's helped this move higher, and you see bullish continuation because of this. I want to talk to you about this idea, these parabolic price rises, just going forward. I'm not saying, hey, this is going to happen now, but the potential is there, and we're talking about it because the bottom of the parabola is intact. So this is from 2015. We had a golden cross, just like we had a golden cross recently, a death cross. Then the price action took off. This parabolic price rise, you can see parabola. You get a blow off top. A blow off top happens when essentially, just remember those days like when we were running up to 14,000 or 20,000, and you're just like, what is going on? Or data was running up yesterday, and you're like, how is this even possible? How it's up 100%? No way would I buy in. And then it goes up, 200%, 250%. Blow off tops is just like when you're just the market's completely irrational. Everybody's just buying on emotion and greed, right? This is your sign to take profits when things get completely irrational and you get this huge blow off top. Okay, so these parabolic price rises continue until the parabola is broken. So just going forward, planting a seed here. Anytime you see a parabola, this is in the cards. Here's the blow off top we talked about. It's a chart pattern, shows a steep and rapid increase in the price and trading volume. And then you get a huge drop in the price and the trading volume. Okay, so you get this exhaustion move. And so these parabolic curve patterns, it says the parabolic curve is probably one of the most highly prized and sought after patterns because it can yield you the biggest and quickest return in the shortest possible time. That's what we're here for. The biggest and quickest return in the shortest possible time. Life-changing money, baby. So anyways, just want to plant the seed so you understand parabolas. Now it works, obviously, just like the parabolic move to the downside that we had when we ran down to 3,800. And we've bounced pretty well here. I think the X factor we have to remember is the block reward halving countdown is coming in 53 days. Okay, a lot of people said, hey, it's priced in, it's priced in, it's priced in. Well, Bitcoin fell off a cliff, ran down to 3,800. Is it priced in? Obviously, there's this global phenomenon going on right now of panic and whatnot. How does that come into play? But just remember, planting the seed, 53 days, it's going to be a lot less profitable to mine Bitcoin. And there's been hype spike run-ups in the past. If you guys haven't picked up a Ledger Nano S or Nano X, they're all on sale. You get the backup pack, which is one of each, 149. You want to bunker down in your house and make sure your crypto is safe. Put it on a Ledger Nano S. You get 3 of them for $129. Or 3 Ledger Nano X's for $299. There's a link in the description that does support the channel, and that's a factory link. This is hopium, and I talk about this and people get mad. They're like hitting that dislike button. Like, how can you possibly be bullish after we just got wrecked, Chris? But it's not about me being bullish. It's just saying, hey, this is a scenario that exists and it's out there, right? Everything changes when this, based on this idea here, everything changes. It's an if-then statement. If this breaks out higher, potentially we need to consider this idea. So here you have your Bitcoin halving. We have that huge triangle that Bitcoin's in. Potentially we did put in a bottom, right? This was posted previously, and we did put in this bottom temporarily, at least for now, right? So the idea is we have a run up to, this chart says 7,500. But, even the top of this triangle is 9,500. Wouldn't that be crazy? Then a move back lower. The idea of a sell-off after the halving is pretty much understood because it's happened a couple times in the past. Not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Just remember, the most important thing about trading this market is what everybody else thinks, 70% of the time they're wrong. They're wrong. If most of the YouTubers you watch are talking about one thing, I promise you do something the opposite, right? Especially the news. The news and a lot of like these mainstream media types, man, counter trade the herd. Counter trade the herd. You have to trade what you see on these charts. Optimistic scenario is, hey, this plays out until, the middle of 2021 and we just continue to explode to the upside. This is talking about August of 2021 as far as $21,000 Bitcoin. So what do you guys think about that date? Is that approximation fair? I mean, listen, you guys get stressed out about these moves and potentially crypto's the future, right? We could see global economic collapse happening before our eyes right now. This is a perfect example. I could just envision the future where, you've got bots doing everything you need done. Everybody's got their face in their phone, right? You have no social interaction. So many things you can kind of see coming in the future where, societies potentially are just not as social as they have been in the past. Now, this is a once in a decade opportunity identified by this investor. So this gentleman's name is Alistair Bilney. He stated, in his opinion, we've seen this once in a decade liquidation, capitulation, bottom for Bitcoin price. The most incredible and outrageous shakeout before Bitcoin's mining production is cut in half. And so essentially he thinks we're going to run and move a lot higher. Bitcoin price keeps rising. Where is it headed short term? $1 million question. What I want to pose to you guys is don't try to figure out where we're going. Take it level by level, right? Level by level. I don't like to look out 2 weeks from now, 1 month from now, 3 months from now. It's hard. There's a lot of variables that can happen and take place, right? So focus level by. What you do is you move your stops up slowly, right? Let the price action decide. Put your stop below major support, but then below the lowest wick. Most people that join the trading group, the biggest mistake that they make is they don't know how to set a stop loss, or they're setting stop losses 2% away from the price action, right? There's no fixed percentage, but You can't set really tight stop losses with Bitcoin. You get wicked out. You get caught. You know, they on purpose. People trade against us. People try to liquidate our positions to make sure that we're buyers again. They want to stop us out. Private Italian bank enables Bitcoin trading to its 1.2 million customers. Banks got to get on board. It's clear. It's simple. If they don't, they're going to fail. How to stay sane while losing your mind working from home. Listen, I've been asking myself the same question. Like, what you don't do is you don't watch Bitcoin on a 5-minute time frame or a 1-minute time frame. If you try to look at these coins on these low time frames or sit and watch the order books, you will not stay sane, right? But listen, I want to make sure that you guys know that, you know, you guys are in my prayers. A lot of people right now are struggling. There's a lot of trials and tribulations we're going through, and just know that, you know, I appreciate the opportunity you've given me, and you could be doing anything right now, but you're watching this video, and for that I'm, you know, grateful. None of this would be possible without you guys. Definitely stay sane. You know, enjoy the time that you have to spend with your family, and potentially learn more about how this market really works. Steam hard forks today over fears of Justin Sun power grab. This has been all the news, right? You got this huge hard fork coming up. Tron CEO accused of censoring Steam's hard fork content. Now, so there's Steam hard fork where you're going to get Hive tokens if you're holding Steam. The price of Steam went parabolic quickly, right? The most important thing you have to understand is buy the rumor, sell the news. These forks seems like the best thing ever, but you'll see these run-ups that happen before the fork, and this is what happens afterwards. So you had this huge run-up of, I think it 3x'd, you know, 300% gain for Steam, and now it's pulled back almost back to what, now I think it's up about 50%. You get these, buy the rumor, so you hear the rumor that something's going to happen, sell the news before it actually takes place. And it works on these hard forks. Just like the halving, right? Buy the rumor, there's that anticipation, and then you sell the news. Former Bakkt CEO may have insider traded after attending a private January congressional hearing on the global panic situation that's going on in the world. Well, you know what? Insider trading happens every day in all markets, and it wouldn't be, a lot of people saw this coming. They shorted traditional markets and Bitcoin, and they made a killing. If you like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.